Friday, checking in Sunday evening to make some calls. This is one of the best times to do so. So I'm excited to see what this hour entails. If you guys have been following, we've been doing an hour a day for 30 days, prospecting for problem property, and we're reaching out to, in most cases, absentee owners, which basically means homeowners who own property that's not their primary residence. So many times that could be a landlord or somebody who inherited a property or a couple of other scenarios. But nonetheless, the idea is that there might be potentially more motivation, especially if they've owned it for quite some time. And also, as mentioned in previous videos, if there are other underlying levels of motivation. So with that being said, we got a mixed bag again. So some follow-up, some new prospecting leads, and all the fun stuff in between. So appreciate you guys joining me. We got an hour this evening, and let's go ahead and get going. Oops. Got our lovely Magic Jack. I probably should have made sure that was, so we rebooted the computer to make sure everything is nice and fresh and minimal technology issues. Nonetheless, this machine's getting a little on the older side, so we'll have to bob and weave here. Let's go ahead and utilize Skype in the meantime.
Hello?
Hey, Raphael.
Yes.
Hey, this is Ryan. I don't know if you remember speaking to me. We spoke on and off, I guess about a year now. Originally, I reached out to you about a property that you owned on Calhoun Street, and then we were talking about the one on Hollywood. I just wanted to drop you a line. We're looking for properties in the area. Do you have anything in inventory that you're looking to unload? Maybe ones with problem tenants or a lot of nothing at the moment?
Right now.
Okay,
No.
gotcha. When are you thinking? Maybe something in the next 6 months or so?
No, there's nothing right now. Right now, everything's dead.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, if it's cool with you, I'd love to check in from time to time just to see, if things change. Is that all right with you? That sounds okay?
I don't think much is going to change. So, but hey.
All right. I mean, we could put it out to a year, whatever. But hey, it never hurts, right?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Well, it was good talking to you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll drop you a line in the future.
Okay.
All right, Raphael. All righty. So that was worth a shot. Again, we had hit him on our follow-ups, and in that in between, not necessarily motivated. And listen, hey, it sounds like he obviously will hold on to these things long term. But as you guys have experienced during the call sessions, oftentimes your plans that are in motion now, you know how life is, so that can definitely change. So we'll just keep a good record of this, and we can follow up every so often. Most often, people don't have the reservation of you dropping them a line, just saying, hey, what's up and whatnot. All right. All right, so first call was answered. That's good. See if we can keep up the streak.
Portable.
I'm sorry, is this Bradley?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Bradley. This is Ryan. I don't know if you remember speaking to me. I spoke to you just about a year ago about your property on Mill Street.
Okay.
And at the time, I know we were, I guess, discussing possibly purchasing it. And you told me you had a buyer at 160. Realtor wanted a list and whatnot. Do you still own it? And you have any interest in selling?
I sold that like several months ago.
You did end up selling it. Gotcha. Okay. I didn't see the update on Zillow, so I figured I'd drop you a line. No worries. Do you have any other properties by any chance?
Not that I want to sell now.
Not at the moment. All right. Fair enough. Well, I'm sorry.
Thank you, though.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Brady.
All right. Good talking to you. Take care.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
All right. So we did not see the sale on Zillow. So maybe they didn't update the records that recently. So no worries. Let's go ahead. Let's try the next.
Hello?
Hey, is this Doug?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Ah, there we go. Yes, yes. Is this Doug? Hey, I talked to, actually, I think I talked to Carla about a year ago, and she connected me with your number. I was originally reaching out to you guys about a property owned on First Ave. And yeah, it's the only, I know, right? The only way I get a hold of you guys. Everyone's working so much. I'm glad we're talking. Yeah. I just wanted to drop you a line. I'm looking for properties in the area. Just want to know if you thought about selling. I'm sorry? So that's a yeah. Okay. I mean, we buy cash, but sometimes creative purchases work. Can you tell me a little bit about the property? Oh, you are? Okay. I'll tell you what. You want me to give you a call tomorrow sometime? Will you tell me what's best? You want me to call you next Sunday or midweek? Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't I give you a call Monday evening where I have a family function? But I'll tell you what. Tuesday evening sound good around 7 or 8. Okay. So okay, you said 100K and you'll owe the more. I'm sorry, you'll hold the mortgage. And what price point are you thinking? You are getting that much. How long the tenant's been there? Okay, not too bad. No worries. All right. How about any repairs and stuff like that? House in decent shape, or do I got to do a full overhaul? Right, right. But I just need to know how much I have to put into it, right? Okay. Let me ask. Right. No, I got you. Let me ask you this: if I run the numbers and it looks like something we could work with as far as access, what would I just come in as like a contractor or insurance guy, or just to take a peek, make sure everything looks good? Okay. All right, that sounds good. Well, sometimes I got rentals myself, and when they hear that you maybe leave, then they get a little panicky. Maybe they don't want to pay, so we don't want to cause any disruption. Yep, you got it. All right, well, I appreciate it. I'll go ahead and run some numbers here, and then I'll get back to you. Is evenings usually best to get a hold of you? Mornings. Okay, so morning's better. You're a contractor, I'm guessing? Ah, no kidding. Do you work with other investors a lot? Okay. Well, I consider you an investor, someone owns real estate and whatnot. But guys that buy, I mean, we find them here and there, but we got to, just as I'm calling now and, talking to a lot of people each day, that's the only way. Yeah, that's the truth. That's very true. So, all right, well, I'll tell you what, it was awesome talking to you. Let me go ahead and run some numbers, and we'll connect someday during the week. Okay. So just a double. Right. But just so you're at 400K purchase price with 100K down, and you'll hold the mortgage at 6. Right? Did I have that right? Good. Okay. It depends on the types of loans. I mean, right now, actually, we did a 3-family down in Seaside. We were right at 6 actually, but that was through a credit union. But then if we're talking yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, hey, it was great talking to you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll touch base this week sometime. Oh, the hard money is pretty gets pricey, right? We were paying up to 12 to 14%. That tends to. Yep. Well, they say it's the property we're talking about, or another one. Oh, okay. Well, don't sign anything just yet. Let's let me try to make something happen. Again, my name is Ryan, and we'll touch base this week. All right, sounds good, Don. All righty. So, unfortunately, I wish you guys could have heard that conversation. However, I believe that got recorded on the one side. So, as part of the highlight reel, that should be part of it. But anyway, interesting. He actually recommended or suggested a terms offer. Now, what's interesting about that is that terms offers, we do make them. Our structure pretty much goes as follows. We'll make a cash offer. If that doesn't work and it's doable, meaning doable in the sense where we typically don't want an underlying mortgage, we'd rather have a mortgage just with the seller instead of a wrap or a subject to, et cetera. But we'll make them a terms offer. There can be advantages as far as tax benefits and all that stuff. It's not for everybody, and not everyone understands about selling on terms, but nonetheless, that's the second option. And then obviously the third would be, okay, we could obviously help you out with a listing. But it was interesting to hear him actually suggest that as part of our offer. So, for whatever reason, obviously it probably makes sense for him long term, maybe not to get hit with capital gains or partnering with Uncle Sam, so to speak. So nonetheless, definitely something worthwhile. The details on this one, he basically it's rents for $5,500. He wants $400K. He's willing to take $300,000 carryback mortgage by putting 100% or 100K down, and he'll go ahead and finance that at 6%. If that makes sense, and the property's not in bad shape, that could definitely be a potential decent deal. Just curious what the actual value of this thing is. All right. So we'll check that out later on. We'll update you guys. So far, we have all phone calls have been answered. So it's calling on Sunday. As a matter of fact, I left that part out. He was like, "Hey, guy calling at 7:00 at night." I was like, "Exactly. We haven't heard from you. We can't get a hold of you. This is why we're calling now." So turn that negative into a positive. All right, let's go ahead and reassign this. All right, so seller financed deals are nice. They make sense for sure. Saves you having to go to the bank or other avenues for other financing.
Hello?
Hey, Suzanne.
Yes?
Hey, this is Ryan. I don't know if you remember speaking to me. We spoke just shy of 6 months ago about your property on Mason Ave, and I know at the time, I know at the time you mentioned that you think your ex was probably going to buy it in about 6 months, and said we could check back. So as promised, just
Well, he's still looking because the market still hasn't changed much, so he's still hanging out there. So
He
it's
is?
going to be at least a few other months, at least maybe till after the new year.
so okay, you're thinking about another. I guess that's 5-ish months. Okay, if it's all right with you, I can check back around December. Is that okay, just to see how you're making out?
Sure, I would actually wait till January, though. Wait till after the new year because he's not going to go anywhere between now and then.
That makes sense. Okay. All right. That sounds good. And then, as always, you have my number. If things ever changed ahead of time, we'd be ready to go and take the jump. So, obviously, we'll wait to hear from you. And until then, enjoy your summer and happy holidays.
All right, thank you. You too.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. So we actually followed up a little early. Want to make sure that there's no change in plans. So now we just go ahead, adjust accordingly. Follow up after the new year. And I love this, right? These are planting seeds for the future. And again, if we do our job correctly, then we should be the first in line once it comes time to sell. So let's go ahead and set this for January. Boom. Keep planting the seeds and keep following up. That's one thing. When I first got involved in real estate, and I think I mentioned this on one of the first videos, it was a different market. We were sending out direct mail. The income or the response was so high that we couldn't even keep up with all the leads. So in essence, unless somebody had to sell yesterday, they were super motivated. If they were on the fence or whatever, they just never got processed. And obviously now that's changed, right? It's a seller's market. If anyone reaches back out to us, shy of, hey, take me off your list, and it's the correct number and contact information and all that, we'll continue to follow up with them consistently. Now, again, the dynamic has completely changed. Back in the day, we really did not follow up. We didn't even have the manpower because it was difficult just to keep up with the motivated sellers. Now, follow up is key. That's where a lot of our deals are coming from, and a lot of people are not doing that. So I wish if I did that sooner, sooner on in my career, I think we would have obviously had a lot more deals in the pipeline. All right, so let's see if this is the same one. All right, we're good. All right, done. So far, we have a perfect answer rate. What a difference. Sunday evening cold calls or follow-ups. All right, let's try to get up to date on this one.
Calling cannot accept calls at this time. We're sorry for any inconvenience.
All righty. Now we're going to go ahead and try to make an offer. This guy, he answered the phone. I couldn't get him back on, unfortunately. I don't know how serious he is, but we definitely had correspondence at one point. And has plenty of information. So seemed like a legitimate lead. Let's see if we can bring him up. Junaid. All right, looks like most of the correspondence was done through text. I'm guessing that's why.
Please leave your message for 6.
All right, so we're going to call him tomorrow. If not, looks like I would pivot, go ahead and shoot a text message and see if we can go ahead and continue conversation that way. I think there was another lead. No, we got to make that offer tomorrow. Okay, so right now all our offers are addressed. So we have a couple follow-ups set for tomorrow. All right. All right, so this is actually a mobile home. We're going to pass on that one. No interest in owning the mobile homes unless we own the park. All right. So this gentleman, we had a correspondence on July 19th. We had a live call. And if you were following along then, he was doing a subject 2. We're just going to follow up, see how things are going, if he's still moving forward with the subject 2.
Hi, sorry I'm not here to take your call. Leave me a message, phone number, and a time when I can reach you, and I'll get right back to you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Joseph, this is Ryan again. We spoke almost 2 weeks ago about your property on Ewingville Road, and we had a good conversation. You mentioned you were moving forward with a company and the subject 2. Just want to see how you're making out. If it's something that you're still moving forward. If not, or there's any reservations or whatnot, obviously would definitely love to talk to you further. Feel free to give me a call anytime. I believe you have my number, but you can obviously reach me on my cell phone, 973-699-3804. Once again, 973-699-3804. Thanks. Talk to you soon. All right. So just a friendly follow-up. He was really appreciative. We had a good conversation about the subject 2. And subject 2s, as I mentioned, him can be great. But there is also some potential drawbacks. And the key with that is as long as the homeowner is aware and okay with that, then there really shouldn't be an issue. With that being said, unfortunately, some of the drawbacks the homeowners are unaware of, and I feel like it maybe would have an impact on their decisions. So it's always important for them to know exactly what it is that they're getting into, what they're signing, and be able to proceed from there. So with that said, all right. So far, most people have answered, which is good. Let's see if we could find a couple others that that we can get on the scoreboard. All right, so no answer on this guy. All righty. If you guys are just joining me now, we're doing an hour of our cold calling. We're doing this every day, and we're obviously getting towards the end of our 30-day. All right, so let's go ahead, pivot here real fast. And we're going to load because all of our follow-ups seem to be taken care of. So we're going to switch gears. We're going to see how our answer rate does for these cold calls. All right, so this one actually was a listed property. It said check back to see if it's sold, which it hasn't. It says auction. Let's see if it's with an agent. Service link auction, I guess not. No, it's worth a call. If it's listed with an agent, then obviously we got to call the agent.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 85677694444 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Steve, this is Ryan. I'm just following up with you regarding our conversation we spoke about 2 months ago regarding your property on North Birdsall Ave. Excuse me. Just want to follow up with you. I know you said you had it on the market and to follow up in 2 weeks. I was just checking on Zillow here, and I don't see any actual sales. And I actually don't see it listed with an agent. If it's listed with an agent, obviously I'd have to reach out to them because I'm licensed. But just wanted to drop you a line, see if you had any offers. Definitely interested. Give me a call when you get a chance. You can reach me on my cell phone. That number is 973-699-3804. Once again, 973-699-3804. Thanks. Talk to you soon. All right. Let's update the notes here. Keep it moving. So again, that shows auction, which means in this case it's a foreclosure scenario. It's not too uncommon for to not be able to get those types of homeowners on the phone, just because a lot of creditors are constantly bombarding them. And so, at any rate, let's see what happens. Now, obviously, if it is listed with an agent, right now I'm just seeing that it shows listed with a service. It turns out it was with an agent. I would obviously have to reach out to them. So, all right, this one is a dead lead. So this actually was one of the ones that we spoke to for quite some time. When I got the husband on the phone, he was potentially open to listing, but when Joe, my boots on the ground, met him, he said obviously it wasn't something he wanted to move forward with. So they're not all winners. They're all not all of them going to come to fruition. But all right. Well, interestingly enough, so Just saw some updated text message correspondence that looks like they would have taken a lesser price. I don't know if the team saw it or not. All right, you know what? Let me give them a ring. Let's see when they talked in May. Okay, good thing I didn't call him. It said he's not selling now. Follow up in 2 months. All right, so good thing I checked the notes there. Just about halfway in. We're plowing along here. All right. All right, so this one seems potential short sale scenario. Let's see. Talk to them in May.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 732-789-7990 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Terry, this is Ryan. I don't know if you remember speaking to me and my team. We were speaking to you back in February about your property on LaSalle Ave. And at the time, we were moving forward with a potential sale. And I know there was some possible discussion of a short sale and whatnot. I just wanted to drop you a line, see if you were still thinking about selling. We're definitely interested. Would love to revisit this subject and see if we can make sense of it. Do me a favor, give me a ring when you get a chance. I'd love to talk to you in more detail. Give me a call on my cell phone when you get a chance. That number is 973-699-3804. Once again, 973-699-3804. Thanks. Talk to you soon. All right. That might be a nice one to revive, especially, again, the market's changed a bit. It sounded like it was maybe somewhat on the fence. So if we can do a little better, maybe we can get that one done and no short sale needed. Short sales are what we always refer to as the least worst option. So, as opposed to a foreclosure or bankruptcy, sure, your credit will get, hit and with some obviously negative, aspects and whatnot. But nonetheless, the short sale enable them to get a house quicker and clean up their credit faster, and just an overall, in most cases, a better option. It's still not an excellent option, but out of all your, possible options, that's why we usually refer to it as the least worst option. All right. So this one, Sandra, if you guys recall, we were trying to get a hold of her for like a week. We were not able to get her back on the phone. Let's see if we can get her. She wanted 100, and we can make it happen.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Ooh, so that's been the challenge. We've been speaking to her since February, and we're able to get her asking price of 100K. We actually spoke to her July 16th, but we have not been able to get a hold of her since, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and assign myself a task. And let me just double check to see if this is a cell phone. Oh, so that's actually a one trick I haven't mentioned yet, a quick hack. So you can do phone number lookups, and a lot of these are pay services, but you can get a free, couple searches on most of them per day. So if you're not sure, hey, the number that I just called, if it doesn't have the typical outgoing voicemail that you're used to for, Verizon, Sprint, etc., to find out if it's a landline or a cell phone, you can put free carrier lookup in Google. Let's see, this one says welcome. The first one is freecarrierlookup.com. Let's see. Okay, this one looks familiar. Go ahead and paste that in there. Some of them are a little finicky with the dashes and stuff. Quick search, and in this case, that says singular wireless. So in which case, if they have text messages enabled, which is most people with cell phones nowadays, you could shoot them a text message. So if we're unable to get a hold of them and there's no ability to leave voicemails, that could be another avenue. Oh, hey, try to leave a voicemail. There's no voicemail back set up yet, but hey, we're still really interested in the property at XYZ Street. So, all right, let's see how we're doing. This looks like another landlord guy. I'm just going to drop him a line, see if he has anything for sale. All right. I think it says that might be a bad number now. Interesting. All right. This guy's not motivated. We're going to skip him. All righty. Hope you guys are doing awesome on this Sunday evening. We're almost 40 minutes in. And so far, we've had some good conversations, some good answer rate. Let's go ahead and load a new potentially new cold call list. It's essentially a mixed bag, but we haven't talked to a lot of these people. All right, let's see how they're going to be. All right, I don't see any updates on this one. Looks like we were supposed to make an offer. 90K, let's follow up.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 6077654. has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
He thought he'd get him on the phone. All right. So interesting. We had correspondence through text. And looks like he kind of fades off after a bit. I would like to go ahead and make him make the offer. It's just been sitting there, and we have it locked in. So that's interesting. All right, maybe we'll get him tomorrow. Tell you what, let's put a task. Looks like tomorrow's gonna be a lot of offers if we can get these people on the phone. All right, so assign to me, make an offer mañana. All right, so let's start hammering out these cold calls. No local ringback on that guy. All right, remove that one.
Not in service.
Hello, please leave a message.
Okay, so actually I'm gonna just switch real quick. One of the limitations to this system, so unfortunately I'm looking at some of the records that I called yesterday, and I did update the notes. However, it doesn't register that it's been quote unquote updated. So it still looks like when we sort by oldest leads to newest, still looks like it's an older lead that hasn't been touched. So we're going to try to scroll through so we don't run into that issue. All right, let's see if that's enough. All right. All right, let's see if Lynn wants to sell us her house. No answer. Now, interestingly enough, the past week I've been talking a lot about the lists and all that stuff. That one actually was not an absentee owner. Not sure how that slipped through, but Not to say that they wouldn't be interested in selling, but typically speaking, we're not calling owner-occupied homeowners. That's not to say it couldn't work, but that's more of a shotgun blast, I guess, to a certain zip code and streets and whatnot. That's just not the game we play. Hang tight, guys. There's somebody here. Dinner's here, and no one's here to get it. All right. Where the hell is everybody? All righty, let's finish off strong here. How many minutes we got? Let's see if my bladder can hold out. Lots of green tea and water. All right, so that was a no answer or a bad phone. Let's go to our trusty True People search. We're having great luck with so. Oh man, I gotta pee. Shiced, Samantha. All right, so that didn't find. All right. Lonnie Brown. You do enough of this cold calling stuff or whatever. Start talking to yourself. Lonnie. All right, so you got two alternate numbers from.
Thank you for calling the office of Federated Accounting and Tax Services.
That sounded familiar. I feel like I called him yesterday. Federated Tax Service. Alternate number.
Hello. Please leave a message.
All right. Didn't say John, didn't say Harrison. Not sure who's that. was, so we'll try them later on.
You are calling the office of Dr. Charles Oregon. Please leave your...
Oh, another doctor. At least that's a working number. Got a little bit of a lull here. Let's see if we can get a couple more good combos in.
Hello. Please leave a
That's another interesting one. It was another owner occupied. Wonder how many of those slip between the cracks. Let's see. Looks like it might be a few. Let's double check what prospect list this is. The C. Not sure. Got there at one point. That one didn't want to ring. I don't think there was local ring back. Typically when that happens, it seems to be a dead number. Jeez. All right. I'm going to just switch real fast. All these are owner occupied. Not really sure why. Hang in there 1 second, fellas. We're going to pivot. And try to find a better list to call. One that's more likely to be motivated. All right, 600 some odd leads in this list. We definitely called this one significantly over the past 30 days. Let's just try to get somewhere in the middle where we haven't hit yet. There we go. Somewhere smack dab in the middle. Perfect. All right. So as long as this doesn't crash, we should be good to go for the rest of the session. We got about 5 minutes. Shit. All righty, a little bit of a slowdown here. Let's see what we can do to turn things up.
The number you dialed is not.
That's all right.
The number you.
All right. Nope. Let's see if we got one from the skip. So that's a bad one. No luck on that guy.
The number you dialed.
Lots of bad numbers. See if we can get one or two more combos in before we sign out. Not bad though. Beginning, we were off to a pretty solid start. A little bit of a lull towards the end. I think I can. I think I can. There you go.
Hi.
Oops. Hit that a little too soon.
Hello. Please leave a message.
That was the same number. Let's try one alternate one for her.
You have reached.
Let's give it a shot on the third number. Not holding my breath, but let's give it a roll. Yeah, I didn't think so. I'll delete that out. All right. One more before we sign off. Let's see if we're going to snag one on the way out. Okay. Miss Catherine. Periwinkle Lane. Nice house. All right. Ooh, pre-foreclosure scenario. Okay, let's make sure it's not listed. All right, cool. Skeptical will get him on the phone, but hey. All right, so that's a landline. So we'll end off foreclosure. Didn't know that until it's popped up in Zillow.
Hello?
Hi, is this Sayon?
Hello?
Hi, Sayon?
Yeah, the wrong number.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brutal. I thought we lucked out on that one. So, all right. We will continue to hunt. That might be a good potential possibility. At any rate, appreciate you guys joining along. We had a solid start, a little bit of phase out at the end there. Gene, Luke, my man, appreciate you. And, well, we will see you tomorrow. I believe tomorrow is either the last or second to last day. We'll have to look at our calendar and definitely have some offers to be made. And I'll get an update with all you guys on all the metrics and how we did for the past 30 days. So with that said, appreciate you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying the journey.